God. Ha! Tinubu is at it again. Hey, Baba. Tinubu is at it again. Look at this. House of Reps have just approved another $2.35 billion loan request for Tinubu and $500 million separate international circle for 2025 budget. Hey, jigby. Papa Jasco will say this, jigby. Hey God, how do we get here? And how do we get out of this? Can you imagine? You didn't hear what I said. House of Reps has just approved another $2.35 billion loan for Tinubu. Then extra $500 million again. Look at it. The House of Representatives has approved President Bola Tinubu's request to secure $2.35 billion in external loans to help finance part of Nigeria's 2025 budget deficit. The House also approved the insurance of $500 million separate, sovereign second in the international market to support infrastructure development and diversify government funding sources. The approvals followed the adoption of a report by the House Committee on AIDS, Loans and Debt Management during plenary on Wednesday. In line with the 2025 Appropriate Act, the House endorsed the implementation of 1.84 trillion, about $1.23 billion in new external borrowing at a budget exchange rate of $1,500 at a dollar, $1,500 at a dollar. Good, to partly fund the project 9.28 trillion federal deficit. President Tinubu had earlier written to the National Assembly requesting approval citing section 21, 1 and 27 of the Debt Management Offices Act, which requires legislative consent of external borrowing. Anyway, let's stop here. Can you imagine? The thing is, how do we get here? How do we get out of it? What is this man doing with money? You would have thought subsidy gone, subsidy remover, that would have helped the country to secure more money to even pay the loan Buhari borrowed before. Now, why is Tinubu suffering Nigerians with subsidy remover? What is he borrowing the money for? That's question here. A lot of questions that needs answers. Why is this man called Tinubu suffering Nigerians? Why does he have to make Nigerians go through these pains, telling them to tighten their belt? Why he's feasting, asking others to fast? Why? You would have thought subsidy remover, subsidy gone, he was able to make more money because there was no money to continue paying subsidy. That was why he said subsidy gone, so that he can make more money and use that money to do some of these projects that he's borrowing money to do, even have more money to pay our debt that Buhari owned before. So what is the essence of removing subsidy? Yet subsidy gone, you are suffering Nigerians. Nigerians are in pain, hardship, problem upon problem, yet you are borrowing more money to do what? To do what? Somebody should make sense to me. Reasons why this man is suffering Nigerians, subsidy gone, and he decided to borrow more money. In the history of Nigeria, when other government were still paying subsidy, and everything they did, they pay subsidy, they work for the Nigeria perfectly. Nigeria never know this level of hardship, insecurity. The order of the day, when they were paying subsidy, they were able to secure the country. They were paying subsidy. Nigerians were living fine. Children were going to school. Parents were able to pay their children's school fees. The president at then, during Obasanjo, during Jonathan, during the late Yaradua, they were able to do that, pay subsidy. The country was still smiling. Nigerians were smiling. They were still paying subsidy and everything. They were still doing all these infrastructure roads. They were still building projects. Yet they were paying subsidy. But now the question is, Buhari, Tinubu, okay. Even 8 years of Buhari recklessness in government was still even better than this. Buhari never borrowed this amount of money in 8 years. Now Tinubu, less than 3 years, borrow money. In the history of Nigeria, no government has ever borrowed this money. Since the democracy, 1999, when they returned this country back to democracy, no president has ever borrowed this amount of money. Tinubu borrowed less than 3 years. Yet, he says subsidy gone. He make more money from subsidy removal. What is this man doing with this money? And if you talk now, ask question, because I had this question many times, no answer. APC never give you a reasonable answer. And you could see, even if you are waiting for APC to tell you, they are going to lie to you because they are full of lies. You could see, you don't need a native doctor, a pastor, prophet to tell you that Tinubu has failed. He has not done anything. So Somebody should point at one single thing that Tinubu has done successfully. You can't point any. If you could point at 1, 2, 3 that Tinubu has done this successfully, I will tell you 10 that Tinubu had done. Because of Tinubu has worsened the situation. So, do you know how much is this? Again, what is it doing with the money? And if you talk now, what is it doing with money? They say, yeah, he's constructing roads to nowhere. He's constructing roads to nowhere. He is giving students loan. Student net fund is giving student loan. Students are at home. ASU are on strike. Students are at home. So, does it make any sense to you? Makes sense to me. Why Tinubu is giving our students loan, ASU is going on strike. Doctors, nurses are threatening every day they want to go on strike. So, do we remove subsidy for Tinubu to fuel his vehicles and to have a numbers of entourage going with him every time for enjoyment, for his enjoyment's sake, for he and his family, his wife and Tinubu and she? So he removes subsidy for them. See, nothing when you won't tell me. This one is for election in 2027. All this is for election. This is what he's using to deceive these gullible governors that they are decamping to APC. Because APC, as far as I am concerned, and millions of Nigerians, as far as we are concerned, Tinubu has failed. He has not done anything good that deserve this level of defection from PDP to APC. Just like this one now said, Governor of Motuang said he's under pressure. He's under pressure to join APC. What has APC done because of the threat? He's receiving threats day by day. If you do not join APC, we are not going to do this in your state. You will not get this. You will not get the federal government will not approve this for you. Federal government will not approve this for you. That's how they deceive them. Now he's under pressure. Now the governor will say, after all, I want to work for my people now. If I didn't join APC, now Tinubu is not going to release this, he's not going to approve this, not going to approve this, so that his people will now say, as a governor, he's not working. They will not know that it's Tinubu who is not signing this, signing that. So out of that, guilty conscience, because he wants to go back second term, he will just close eyes and decamp to APC so that he can secure his second tenure. Is this how to run a government? Can somebody run your father's business like this and succeed and survive? The business would have collapsed. If Nigeria was to be a Dangote company that Tinubu is running like this, let Dangote run his company like this, the way Tinubu is running Nigeria, Dangote company would have collapsed by now. I don't understand. You can Tinubu, I don't, and nothing when you tell me now Tinubu has done successfully that Nigerians are happy because of Tinubu will not have this. No, you can only say because of Tinubu the level of insecurity has increased, because of Tinubu hardship has increased, because of Tinubu we now have more children, out of school children, because of Tinubu farmers cannot go to their farm again, because of Tinubu people cannot do their businesses again, because of Tinubu insecurity, kidnapping is order of the day. That's all. And a country like this that is full of insecurity now, this level of kidnapping, you cannot think nothing good can come out of this country. Because I'm telling you now, it is not just the Fulanis that are Hesme Fulanis that are kidnapping. People like you listening to me now, who this government has frustrated their effort. So they have no option. They left with no option but to join the group kidnapping, because they now know that there is money in the business. Even before, for you to know that it is not just Fulanis again. Then when they were kidnapping, where this thing started, they kidnap people that has money so that the family can easily get money, or the man say has money in children, the family can easily give them the money, the ransom. But now, no, they kidnap anybody they see. By the time they kidnap you, they started to demand money. Nigerians, we have to contribute money to release them, because that is the new tactics now they are using. Because they now know once they kidnap anybody, they give the person phone, cry out, call Nigerians to help you. Then we Nigerians, we have that mind, we have that, we are very good when it comes to this level. We pity people to help them. We have this love. Once he cry out, Nigerian don't come, another person come, friends are come. Let's contribute money to raise them. So that one now is even increasing, giving rise to this insecurity. Anybody who is left with no option, it will go on stage. Now they even staging protest, kidnapping. Then demanding Nigerians should contribute, community should contribute money for them, because government has failed. Tinubu has failed. Everything in the country now is collapsing under Tinubu. It doesn't see. He's borrowing more money. You tell me now, do we borrow? You said subsidy gone, no problem. You would have thought, okay, he's going to make more money. He's going to make life better for the citizens. Not knowing that he's going to make life miserable for the Nigerian people. What are we saying today? Is life not miserable for some people? Like country where some people are even committing suicide? Haba. If this is how a president, if this is what it takes to run a president, no, Tinubu, you should advise your father. You should advise your father because it's getting too much. They talk saying that small that they put sand for bright magari. If it's too much, you go no. Now we don't know saying that deceive this man day. So we want your father now before it's too late for 2027. Come on now. Wow. Signed electoral reform. They don't talk about that. Tinubu just write letter today. Tomorrow, Akpabio don't approve law. Who does that?